Welcome to Waywut. This is a rabbit hole podcast where we cover topics ranging from sports to true crime and pop culture to just weird facts. Really, it's just a couple of guys taking turns to present weird topics to each other. We publish episodes on Tuesdays and sometimes on Fridays. You can watch us on YouTube and listen pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, just wherever. We're probably there. We really appreciate you joining us for this episode. And now that we got all this self-promotion stuff out of the way, here we go.
Why, hello there. And on this episode, I am on the lead horse, leading the herd to a topic that made me say, wait, what? Joining me riding bareback with his assless chaps is Darrell Holiday.
What in the hell is wrong with you? Like, one... You know, like,
well,
I wouldn't, I know where you've been. I ain't riding bareback with you.
The thing is, I think most chaps are assless.
Yeah, they are.
So I guess you could just say you were not wearing any pants. Yeah. Or just wearing chaps with no pants. But when I say it that way, it's not as funny.
There are pants that have built-in chaps, though.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why I think, you know, where people just want to specify assless chaps.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funnier when it's put that way.
You've never ridden a horse, have you?
A few times, like twice, maybe.
All right. Well, then, you know, bareback with assless chaps. God, no. Dear God.
Well, you will see in the conclusion. You were totally right.
Oh, well, all right.
All right. Oh, well, for those of you that don't know, Darrell and I have lived in Texas our whole life. Hell, we have lived within 30 miles of each other since we were a little donkey and a little squirrel. Anyways, us and other fellow Texans love claiming Texas as our home. Texas has a reputation unlike any other state in the U.S. The question is, does Texas have those bragging rights? Well, today, I am here to protect that rep and give some reasons as to why Texans are a proud bunch and spit out some Waywut facts on why Texas is better than all the rest.
Dear God, so dude, you're feeding into the stereotype.
That's right. So cue the song, You're the Best Around, and let's get started.
I'm not cueing any songs. I don't want to deal with copyrights. Well,
everybody can hear it. Okay. You're the best around.
Oh, dear God. Oh, yeah. God.
We did just enough where it shouldn't bother any kind of copyright stuff. So yeah. You know, God, when I do sing, it sounds awfully a lot like most singers, so I got to be real careful.
Okay. If you say so.
Oh, no. You know, that one time we were playing the karaoke game on your Nintendo, or was it? On the PlayStation.
Yeah, it was a rock band or... No, Sing It. It was the karaoke game, yeah.
I was so proud of that one time I actually passed the whole song. I think I have a picture of it somewhere.
Probably.
Well, anyway, all right. The Texas bragging right number one: our economy and our jobs. I'm going to go over a bunch of numbers real quick and a couple of stats here.
Okay.
Texas economy is now the eighth largest economy among the nations of the world. It's larger than Russia, Canada, Italy, and a few more.
Spain.
Texas produces 23% of the U.S. GDP. Texas accounts for 22% of the U.S. exports and is the top exporting state for 21 years in a row. Texas is the top state for corporate relocation and expansion projects, winning the Governor's Cup 11 years in a row, and named by CEOs as the best state for businesses 19 years in a row. So we're just racking them up. Yeah. And Texas is the 2023 State of the Year for the best in-nation business climate and job growth. And I mean, we've all seen it. I work in the real estate business, and we're constantly busy. So I can contest to it.
Yeah, no, we've since, you know, like past handful of years, I know like the PGA moved their headquarters to Frisco, and then hell, we're getting Universal Studios here. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, we're moving on up. Texas is home to one of three power grids in the U.S. There's one on the eastern seaboard, the western, and in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scoreboard. Texas has attracted more than 290 corporate headquarters since 2015. It is now the top state for Fortune 500 headquarters, now sitting at 55. So suck it, California.
California's kind of been shooting themselves in the foot with that one.
Oh yeah.
I was,
I
I
mean,
was, I'm sure you're gonna go over the real estate market later, so I'm not gonna do the spoilers. But I know
no,
what the
go ahead.
California. All right, so, like San Francisco is more than double. No. Sorry, San Francisco is like triple of like what it would cost to get like a house in
Oh
Dallas
yeah. The
on
real estate
average.
market is ridiculous
And
over
then
there.
like around LA, it's about it's twice as much.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's double. You can
Everything's
come
backwards.
here, yeah. You can come here get a house cheaper that's bigger,
Bigger. Mm-hmm.
and on top of that, government ain't going to take taxes out of your paycheck.
And more than likely, you won't have a homeless person living on your lawn either.
No, we got those. I don't know
Well,
the last
not
time you went through Dallas, but
well.
uh,
Yeah, downtown
it's
Dallas.
not as bad as California. I will say that because like I've been through LA and San Diego recently,
Mm-hmm.
and Orange County, and yeah, it's they got basically shanty towns now. It's
Mm-hmm.
not quite as bad as it was when I was in the Philippines, but they're trying their best to catch up.
I have to say, when you're comparing California and some of the suburbs to the Philippines and their worst of their neighborhoods, that's not a good. That's not good at all.
That's in the minority. I will say that, and it's like if we had that homeless population here, our weather would kill them. It's one of the reasons why they're in
Mm-hmm.
California. The weather ain't gonna
Yeah,
kill them.
true. Yeah, a bunch of beaches to sleep on. I get it. It's
It's
the
like if
weather.
I was gonna be homeless, I would scrape up every single dime I could get a hold of and get a one-way ticket to Hawaii. Because if I'm gonna be homeless, I'm gonna be homeless in style.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not many homeless people in Hawaii,
Oh no,
considering
there's
it's hard to
tons,
get to. Oh, there are.
tons. Yeah.
Oh,
So New York at one point gave a bunch of their homeless one-way tickets to Hawaii.
oh,
But
they
yeah,
kind
no,
of
there's loads
got
of
a
homeless
Texas
people.
playbook
They,
there.
they like they'll sleep on the beach and everything's fine. They're just kind of like whatever.
Yeah, I
I
probably
mean,
enjoy
being
that more
someone
than New York
that
weather.
fell asleep on a beach in Hawaii or passed out, same thing. It was pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I, you know, I don't know if it's still true or not, but I heard it's the only state to never have 100-degree temperature day.
It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, kind of cool. Kind of cool. All right. Talking about the Fortune 500 companies, we have 55 here in Texas. Those companies, some of them include ExxonMobil, McKesson, AT&T, Tesla, and Dell. These 7 are in the top 50. Numerous other oil and energy giants, American Airlines, the home builder juggernaut D.R. Horton, and Texas Instruments, just to name drop a few more.
Texas Instruments is in Texas.
Right? Just like Kansas City's in Kansas. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh.
Never mind. Texas is home to the 4th most billionaires in the world. Such billionaires include Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, Jerry Jones, Alice Walton of the Walmart family, and the CEO of Dell, Michael Dell.
How come that Walmart lady's here? She needs to go back to Arkansas. Arkansas needs money.
They're probably only people in Arkansas that's given them the government to the taxes that it needs to run on their government.
Probably.
It's pretty low key.
Yeah.
The Texas Triangle include the metro areas of Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, and San Antonio and Austin. These are 5 of the
That's a
20.
rectangle. No, I'm just playing. I know San Antonio and Austin are on top of each other.
Yeah, it's not a true triangle, but on a
No,
map
it's
they're
just.
in a triangle.
I mean, it's the San Antonio Austin metropolitan area. They just don't have a cool lettering like we do
Like
in
DFW,
Dallas.
yeah.
DFW.
Yeah, the SAA don't really go
No.
well, or the
Sa.
ASA, the ASA
Asa.
Metroplex. Yeah, no.
No.
But believe it or not, these are 5 of the 20 largest cities in the U.S. This area is home to over 70% of the Texas's population. There are an estimated 21 21 million plus living in this area. That is more than New York City, LA, Chicago, Phoenix, Philadelphia, San Diego, and Jacksonville combined.
Well, I mean, dude, it's 6 cities. It better be more than. Oh, you said. Oh, all those cities pushed together. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was just say we better have more people in in 6 cities than they got in one. But okay, so how many cities was that you just named off of the Philadelphia, L.A., New York, and all that?
We got New York City as 1, LA
Uh-huh.
2, Chicago 3, Phoenix 4, Philadelphia 5, San Diego 6, Jacksonville 7.
Okay, so big 7 big cities. All right, cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Number 2, Texas bragging right. Number 2, our sports. If you want
Oh
professional,
God,
hang what?
I mean, okay. I'm
I'm
just
not gonna
saying.
just hear me out. Just hear me
Okay.
out. If you want professional sports, well, Texas has you covered. Within the big 4 professional leagues, Texas has 2 NFL teams, the Cowboys and the Houston Texans. The
Right.
2 major league teams, the Texas Rangers and that team from Houston. I forget their name.
Astros?
No, I don't know. Some Houston crap ass team. Uh,
Astros?
I guess. Yeah,
Astros?
Astros. Yeah, that team.
Hey, I can't. Hey, I'm perfectly willing. The one ball I ever caught in a major league game was a foul ball hit by a Houston Astro. So
Mm, I'm sorry.
I'm not. I finally caught. It took me 30 years to catch a ball at a major league game.
Yeah, I've only came close one time. We have 3 NBA teams: the Spurs, the Rockets, and the Dallas Mavericks. And on a little side note, that used to be that's kind of how the Texas Triangle name kind of came from. When you were coming into Texas and you had to play a road team, or you're a road team coming into Texas, you had to play
Oh,
Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. It was a really tough road
I
trip for a lot of
kind of
teams.
I kind of like the fact that we got the triangle because I know like certain areas like I think it's like Chicago, Detroit, and something else is referred to as a megapolis.
Hmm.
When
Yeah,
and I
there's a
hate
few
that
other
word.
ones. Yeah, there's like on the Eastern Seaboard. There's a few
Yeah,
a bunch of states together considered that megalopolis you're talking about.
yeah.
Uh, like
I'd
Southern
rather I'd
California
rather
is
have a
part of it.
triangle than a megalopolis.
Yeah, yeah, we're different. That's why we're number 1. Where we're at, Mavericks, one NHL team, the Stars. The Dallas Fort Worth, or the DFW, is one of only 13 American metropolitan areas that host sports teams from the Big Four professional leagues. Outside the Big Four, Texas also has a WNBA team, the Dallas Wings, 3 Major League Soccer teams, and 1 National Women's Soccer League team. Although the Cowboys break my heart every season since the 90s, the Dallas Cowboys are still the highest valued sport franchise in the world, coming in at a whopping $10 billion.
I wish they just deserved it.
Yeah. Jerry Jones bought this team for $140 million in 1989. You think he got his money back? You
Oh
think
yeah,
he pretty good
no.
investment there?
I mean, in there for like that hot minute whenever the Cowboys were the worst team in the league and they had all those really good draft picks and we ended up with
Mm-hmm.
like that amazing team and he was just writing checks like it was nobody's business. So that 5 year period, it was no 4 year period. I get no,
It
it's
was
about
pretty much
5 years.
the
It was
early
like
90s. Yeah,
yeah,
most of the
92,
90s.
93, 95 is when they won their Super Bowls, but like and then that 94 year that hurt. I'm still mad at San Francisco for that shit. But yeah, that was awesome. Ever since then, been nothing but disappointment though.
Absolutely. Every year or not every year, but most years I buy into them. I think they're going to do great,
I
and
don't.
then they just break my heart.
I got to a point where just for stress reasons, I had to stop watching the Cowboys on Sundays. Everybody's like, "You're just a fair weather fan." No, I'm still a fan. I just don't like yelling on Sundays.
Yeah, it's pretty funny though that a grown man is going to have his whole day ruined by how a professional team played,
Well, if they
and
would be
I'm
better,
right there with
it
you.
wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, yeah. I'm out there with you though. I mean, I lived and died with the Rangers run that they made last year and won the World Series last year, and but before that, every year is the same stuff from them. They ever get close and not bring
I've,
it home, and
I've been to a Ranger game already this season. I watched them lose to Boston, which irritated the shit out of me. Their pitching it's just abysmal right now, or at least in that game it was.
well,
It
they've
was
had
just
injuries
awful.
all year long, and this is kind of a mulligan year for them. Like, oh, we won it last year. We're just gonna take this year off, and we'll see
No,
you in
you're supposed
2025.
to go with the momentum.
You're
You're sup-
supposed to, but they're professional athletes who are also human beings that have that letdown phase.
I'm sorry, they get there's a certain amount of money you get paid where you aren't a human being anymore. You are a commodity.
Uh, this is true. They do make a shit ton of money. With a home in the Cowboys, the AT&T Stadium has hosted the Super Bowl, the NCAA Final Four, the Big 12 Championship, Cotton Bowl, the NBA All-Star Game, WrestleMania, and
Two
numerous.
WrestleManias.
Oh yeah, back to back nights, and numerous.
Oh, I thought they actually did two different years or it could be that it's coming back. I can't remember. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
All right.
Either way, WrestleMania and numerous big name concerts. And if we talk about Texas, we can't leave high school football out. Better known as Friday Night Lights. Hell, there was even a damn movie and popular television series based around just that. With myself taking part in playing, I can tell you it's nothing like it. Hell, the price of some of the high school stadiums are in the multi-million-dollar range, better than some of these colleges.
I saw a Facebook post this year, and it was some high school coach in Texas, and it was about two a days,
Uh-huh.
which I will stand by that two a days is a fucking terrible idea.
Well,
It's
it's
Texas
not
in August.
it's not the same anymore. They don't do that shit what we did.
Oh no! Well, no, this dude was trying to go back to that.
Oh
Like
yeah,
he,
he's not going to have a
like
job anymore.
yeah, the parents were griping about like making sure the kids had water and kids were like throwing up and all that. And it's like, dude, I think I heard somebody say, well, nobody's died because of two days. Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
I
There were
won
kids that
several
like
times.
dropped out with like convulsions and shit.
Yeah, we lived on water hose water, and it was very hot on a concrete field.
I only did that for one season and I hated it. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to do that. I'm done. Athletics is just not for me.
Yeah, well, you're good at other things. Just what I'm about to talk about here.
All right.
So, do we even need to talk about Texas Hold'em? It's a cream of the crop of poker games. Nothing even close.
Wait, was it even invented in Texas though, or is it just
It has the
sound cool?
Texas moniker, so it
No, no,
has. I don't know necessarily means it's invented here, but once again, it just
that's like
doesn't have
us
the
getting.
same thing as Arkansas Hold'em or Tennessee Hold'em.
Well, there's Omaha Hold'em.
Who's heard of that?
Uh, my thing is like it's kind of like Texas Roadhouse. Everybody's like, ooh, Texas Roadhouse. Roadhouse. I think it originated in either or Georgia or Tennessee.
And
One of
why
those
did they
two.
name Georgia Roadhouse? Because they
Because
know Texas is better. That's why. That's why.
I don't like. I mean, I get how you're finding a sense of pride in it. I only think that things that are actually from here deserve to have that moniker. That's why every time my wife says she's a Texan, I'm like, no, you're not, and I will continue to say that to her until Texas secedes, and then like if it secedes from the U.S. and if we form a new nation and she's here, then boom, yes, she will officially be a Texan. Especially considering that I imagine that if we secede, we'll have like concentration camps full of Californians.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Be
I would
like,
probably sign
be
that
like,
petition. Equal
is this
visitor every day.
is this a vegan? Is there a vegan option? It'd be like, oh no, put him in the bus. No,
Yeah, bitch.
we're
This is a
not going to have
barbecue
concentration.
place.
I say this. Anybody from Texas knows I'm joking. We have Austin, and we haven't burned it down yet.
No, no. It's
And
the
Dallas has
California of Texas. Yeah,
Dallas has a very impressive neighborhood. So
yeah. It does.
that's where I went to karaoke. It was so awesome.
Where else would you do that at?
What karaoke?
Yeah, I mean, it only makes sense to do it in that neighborhood.
No, yeah.
I don't fault you for that. When we say don't mess with Texas, this isn't just a letter campaign slogan. Two of the best MLB fights ever happened here. And Nolan Ryan making Robin Ventura his little bitch and Rugnet Odor punching Jose Batista's head clean off took place here.
I was at that game.
I know. I remember you texting me and telling me
Uh,
what was happening.
I
It
will
was the best
say
thing ever.
it. I imagine it was awesome on TV. It sucked in person.
Yeah, no
Uh,
replays.
well, yeah, they wouldn't replay it. I mean, and you'd look down there and you get to see it, but they broke it up pretty fast. But then
Hmm.
it was a matter of like officials sorting stuff out, and the commentators wouldn't say shit. They weren't playing
They
ads.
probably
They
weren't
weren't doing nothing.
supposed to.
It was
Yeah.
just nothing but a silent stadium
Oh yeah,
while
watching it on TV
sorted
though,
that stuff out. I'm
they would
it
have showed it replay after replay, and when they
just up here.
slow it down, yeah, when they slow it down, and then you see his glasses just come flying off his face. And you just see the blank expression come over his face, knowing he just got knocked out.
Yeah, I
Greatness.
do remember. I mean, it was like I will say the first 20 seconds of it was super exciting, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm seeing this."
It
And
was
after that, it
a
got
good
really
fight.
boring.
It was a good fight. Most time in baseball, they don't really make much connection. They'll charge at you and kind of tackle and fall down, or
Yeah,
take a wild swing and miss. But both times, so we had big fights here in Texas. Rugi got his hit in, and Nolan Ryan got one, two, three,
it
four,
got
five.
loads.
He
Yeah,
gave
he
a
had him in
bunch
the
of
head, like
noogies. Yeah.
just beating the
So he
shit
was
out of
like,
him.
"Come here, youngster. I'm gonna give you a bunch of little noogies."
It's so funny. He got
Thumping that
he got in
noggin.
that fight, didn't have a mark on him.
Nope. And
It didn't.
pitched the rest of the game. And continued to pitch. Robin Ventura got beat up, gets kicked out of the game. Nolan Ryan gets to stay in after kicking his ass and continues to pitch. That's how badass this guy is.
Oh god, do you remember when he got hit in that face with a baseball by Bo
Yeah.
Jackson?
And pitched with blood
And that blood
streaming down
just
his
going all
face.
over. Yeah,
Yeah,
his
he
ears
don't
was
care. He
covered in
wipes it off
blood.
and fucking throws a fastball and strikes him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bad dude. Bad
Yep.
dude.
And he makes really good beef.
Yeah, yeah. Nolan Ryan beef's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that's here in Texas. Texas bragging right number 3. Everything is bigger in Texas. It is true. Everything is bigger in Texas. If you have ever seen a jacked up F-150 or ordered a plate of barbecue, you know exactly what I mean. Here are a few other examples of Texas pumping out his chest while peeing at a urinal
Hold,
because he knows he is bigger than all the others.
hold the phone. You honestly need to be a little bit more well traveled
I
because
do. I
I will
agree.
say this: the thing that shocks me is you go to California
Uh-huh.
and you expect everything to be you like order something and it's like here's your flour encrusted it's like little tiny serving. No,
Yeah.
I swear to God, anywhere you eat it in California, they pile the food on
Uh-huh.
like it's nobody's business.
Because nobody's there anymore to eat it, so they're just trying to get rid of it so it don't go to waste.
maybe I just know that I ordered like a breakfast thing somewhere, like a burrito or something. It
Uh-huh.
was just this monstrous thing. I was like,
Mm.
dear Christ. And if you've never had a California burrito, dear Lord, they're gigantic. It's like the size of your forearm.
Mm. I love those
So
forearm-sized burritos.
I don't think we deserve too much credit on the size of our food. Two, what was the other thing you brought up? Food.
Jacked up F-150s.
All right, being somebody that drives a tiny pickup truck, I fuck all that. Seriously, fuck all that. I like
Yeah.
that I could fit my vehicle in my garage. I had a neighbor across the street that had big jacked up, couldn't fit his truck in his garage. It's like,
No. If you
that's
need a
pointless.
ladder to get into your front driver's seat, you may need to lower it just a little
I
bit.
will say I've seen those all over the country too.
Yeah. Well,
That's just pickup truck culture.
yeah, I'm sure they were copying off people here in
I mean,
Texas.
it's like this. I mean, these are the people that used to have nut sacks hanging from their toe.
This is true. This is true.
So,
I
all
always
right,
wondered
come
what that
on,
was, so I got closer, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a freaking nutsack.
all right. So let's go to your dick measuring contest.
All right,
So,
here's my way I described it. It was Texas pumping out his chest while peeing at the urinal because he knows he's bigger than all the others.
with his hands on his hip too. Do that
Man, this
thing where,
water's cold. Yeah.
it's like, I gotta hold my dick to aim. I'm just gonna, I've never understood that when I'm just gonna put my hands on my hip while I piss. It's like, dude,
No.
come on, just show
Is
some
that?
care.
Yeah, I gotta aim mine.
I mean, and if you were in taking part in certain activities, say that morning or something like that, you ain't careful, splits the stream,
Oh yeah,
got to be
and
careful
good
with that shit. So
that
you
right.
always need to take careful aim.
I figured out the best way to get rid of the double stream is to really force out a whole bunch of pee.
The more you know, courtesy of Jason.
Yep.
Thank you.
Donkey Nose.
Yeah,
I want a new segment. I came up with it last night. It's called Donkey Nose.
It's like, all right, you worried you're gonna have a split stream at peeing after sex? Don't worry, just push it all.
Push out your pee harder. It'll bust it up really quickly.
I mean,
there you go.
I didn't know if you'd have this problem, being that you breed giant children with your trout-sized sperm.
Not anymore.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine whenever they gave whenever you got your vasectomy, your jizz fought back. Like the doctor was trying to get in there and cut, and it was like a sword fight.
It did take a lot longer than normal. I was in that chair, I swear, for 2 hours while he was cutting on me. He had to give me an additional shot because the numbing medication was wearing off.
I don't remember much of mine. They gave me a lot of Valium, and
I'm not getting it.
No, I wanted it, and I was out of my mind. I think Denise has like video of me hopped up on Valium somewhere because of that.
Right. Well, Denise, if you're listening to this, post it in the links below. All right. Here's our dick measuring contest. DFW International Airport is bigger than all of Manhattan. San Antonio is bigger than New York City and Detroit combined, if you're counting land area.
All right, but spoilers, Denver has a bigger airport than us.
They do. And there's a reason why they have one, but
I'm just saying.
We also have one.
I mean, it's like basically you're bragging that we got like the third biggest airport, but Okay.
Yeah, well, it's bigger than all of Manhattan.
Well,
so there.
A lot of things are bigger than Manhattan.
Oh, well, Texas A&M University has the largest student body in the U.S. at close to 75,000 students.
Oh, I thought you just meant there's like one really fat student. I was like, no wonder that bond fell down on him in the 90s.
We have the world's largest convenience store, Buc-ee's.
Oh, hell yes.
In New Braunfels. It is over 66,000 square feet, has 1,000 parking spaces, and 60 gas pumps.
That is one thing I will brag about to like any foreigner, anyone out of state. I will sit there, especially if they ever come to Texas. I'm like, go to Buc-ee's. You have to go to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, it's out of it.
I understand why they're doing it, but it does make me sad that there's like 6 or 7 Buc-ee's that are not in Texas now.
Yeah, speaking of
Buc-ee's in like Colorado, Tennessee, Florida.
Yeah. They're supposed to be opening a new one in Tennessee that could bump this one in New Braunfels as being the biggest in the world.
Well, then we'll just have to build a bigger one.
Probably. I mean, they're coming up all over the place now, and they're wonderful.
I'm going to Buc-ee's on Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to
it. One 10 minutes down the road for me.
Well, mine's just on the way to the casino, so.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. The State Fair of Texas is the largest in the nation. It runs for 24 consecutive days and brings in close to 3 million people.
Oh, thank God we don't have any listeners in Minnesota. At least I don't think we do. Which is it's kind of fucked up. I have family in Minnesota.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Oh, but
Minnesota State Fair I've heard is good, but
it is contested. There's a running argument over which one is bigger.
Oh.
And right. I can't remember. See, like Texas, I think they do it based on they argue based on attendance, while Minnesota argues based on actual land area.
Oh,
I can't remember. I don't know. It is contested though. There is a fight saying which one is the actual biggest state fair in the U.S.
Well, bring it on, Minnesota. Bring it on. Question is, do y'all have Fletcher's corny dogs?
They probably do.
Okay, well, okay. Even fight. All right, the largest ranch, the King Ranch, is the biggest ranch in the U.S., coming in at 825,000 acres. That
That's
is bigger than Rhode Island.
I was about to say that's bigger than Rhode Island.
Hmm. To put into perspective, El Paso, Texas, one of the westernmost cities in the Texas, is closer to San Diego at 724 miles and than it is to the Beaumont, Houston area on the eastern side of Texas at 833 miles.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, I drove it this
Yeah.
past summer. Whenever and it was kind of funny. So like whenever I was coming from, I want to say it was when I was going from Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico
Hmm.
to Roswell, New Mexico. I had to cut through El Paso. I had to go through El Paso, go through Texas to get to back into New
Weird.
Mexico to get it to Roswell.
Yeah, there's no roads out there in that
I
desert,
mean,
probably.
I always thought that was like one of the funniest things about us is like, we could, we could sit there and drive 10 hours in one direction and still be in the same state.
Absolutely. Just like,
And
yeah.
yeah, just a few weeks ago, I drove for an hour and a half and I went through Delaware and New Jersey. Um, the, the which, I'm still dumbfounded that Delaware was real, but,
You have
but
proof.
I mean, I worked with a guy from England, and I'd asked him one time. I was like, if you were to, drive from the top of Great Britain, so the Big Island, so you
Hmm.
got Scotland up top, England on the
Hmm.
bottom. If you were to drive from the tip top of Great Britain all the way down to the bottom of England, how long would that take you? And he's like, about 12 hours. I was like, it probably takes 14 to drive from the bottom of Texas all the way to the top of the Panhandle. That's if you're going the longest way.
Yeah.
Uh, I
Well, I
mean,
got the directions for that. What you're talking about, Brownsville,
uh-huh.
Texas, the southernmost city in Texas. If you drive it up to Amarillo, which is one of the top northern cities in Texas, it's 777 miles. The distance from Amarillo to South Dakota is 711 miles. You're crossing
I've driven
three
that
states.
before.
Yeah. You're crossing that little piece of Oklahoma, that little weird little panhandle part,
Yeah.
and then Kansas and Nebraska.
They call that a
Completely through them.
panhandle.
Well, it
We
looks
got
like
a
a panhandle.
panhandle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ours is
no,
much better, of
they do call
course.
theirs a panhandle. It's
Yeah,
just
theirs
that,
actually look like a pan. Yeah.
when they're like, here's my panhandle, and we're like, oh, here's my panhandle. And it's
Once
all like
again,
flopping
yep,
in their face, and we're like, look at
yep,
my panhandle.
rubbing it on their leg. Yep.
You go a step further than me. That shit gets you put in jail.
Well, that's what we here do at Texas. We
Rub
go a
our
step
dicks on
further.
people's legs.
No, we can make it one more, make it one step bigger.
Oh,
Call that a panhandle? Nope. We're gonna make one 6 times the size of that.
I'm gonna slap you across the face with my panhandle.
Yep. Um, Speaking of big dicks, the pride Texans have is unmatched. I think it could all be attributed by one singular event: the Alamo. During the Texas Revolution, for people that don't know what the Alamo is, the
It,
Battle of the Alamo. What's that? Oh,
I go on. I'm a history nerd on this.
okay. The Battle of the Alamo took place from February 23rd to March 6, 1836. Billy Bob Thornton and the rest of the Texans were outnumbered significantly. And there were about 200
Davy Crockett is. You could have said Davy Crockett.
It would have been funnier if I said Billy Bob Thornton.
You can go to hell. I'm going to Texas to get some French fries and mustard.
Oh, man. There were about 200 soldiers defending the Alamo against about 2,000 Mexican soldiers. Although they lost the battle, they were able to put up one hell of a fight and inspire the battle cry, "Remember the Alamo." This battle cry motivated Texans to defeat Mexico during the Battle of San Jacinto in just 18 minutes, allowing Texas to gain its independence and become the Republic of Texas, the only state to ever be its own state.
No, the only
Our
state to
own
be its own
country.
country.
Yeah,
Wrong. California was its own country for I think 14 days.
they don't count.
Now, I got a couple pieces of this. One,
Okay.
I think it's insane that like our go-to like look at us is a battle that we lost. On top of that, it was an unnecessary battle that had
It
no
was the
strategic
underdog
value.
battle. There was the underdog battle of
Well, I
we
mean, but
had
the
so
thing
many
is like
against so more or so
we're
lot.
but it was unnecessary. They were told to abandon that mission and they didn't do it. They
Their
wanted that
pride.
Travis glory.
And
Um,
yeah, we're
yeah.
talking about them today because of it.
Well, and here's the other thing is remember the Alamo was only half of the battle cry.
What was the rest of the battle cry?
It was remember Alamo, remember Goliad.
Mm.
Because I don't know
That's
if
too
you
much to
remember
put
your
on a
Texas
T-shirt, Darrell.
history, but Goliad was like the spot of like a huge massacre where Mexican soldiers went in and massacred a bunch of people in Goliad.
Right, but
Uh,
remember the Alamo fits on the T-shirt much better.
uh, there's God, what was the other thing I was going to bitch about here? Let's see. Remember the Alamo fits on
Mm-hmm.
T-shirt. God damn it, Jason, you threw me off.
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
on a
quit making
roll.
jokes.
I was
The
on a
one
roll.
you were, I'm calling you butter. You were just on a roll.
I mean, it's just I think it. I mean, it's kind of cool and all, but I mean, seriously, the Battle of San Jacinto is like way cooler.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and we were a country, and that
Mm-hmm.
was that. I think that's more admirable. I mean, of course, we weren't a very good country, not like what we would be now, where we, the eighth strongest economy in the world. And
Yeah,
that's with
absolutely.
us, like having to like cut the
Cut
federal
the United
government in
States
half.
in.
Yeah, cut them out, and we might move up a couple.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
The Lone Star State has their logo everywhere. Go to any gas station or store, and you're likely to find numerous items with a Lone Star. Hell, even the Dallas Cowboys have a Lone Star as their logo. I can't think of another state whose residents are this proud. Not too many people wearing the Arkansas state logo.
No, because their flag sucks. But
Mm-hmm.
Colorado wears their flag
Oh
on.
yeah, they got a kind of cool flag. Yeah.
New Mexico throws their flag on a lot of stuff. It's typically the states that have like the cool simplistic flags like we do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so funny. I watched a video a while back that where a guy did a tier list of like all the flags and like any of them that had like their state seal or little words on there that you had to read. They were like, he's just like, that's ridiculous. No, but
I
yeah,
agree. They
Texas
got to
was the
be
most
big. Yeah, big bold
uncool.
letters. Big blocky stripes or one symbol, not a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah, no, I mean, but yeah, our flag's on everything, but like, and here's something else. I don't know if my friends from Colorado are gonna ever listen to this because man, I've got all these friends that don't want to listen to me talk. Apparently, but I have friends in Colorado, and like I love seeing them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go here pretty soon and go see them again. Uh, but Colorado people don't like Texans at all, and like I
Is it
think
because we're better than them?
it's an inferiority
Not
complex.
so.
I mean, they're all like, "Look, we got mountains. We're the gateway to the West," and we're like, "We're South and we're West. We got a little bit of everything, and
Yeah, we're
we could
Texas.
fit two of your state in our state."
Yeah, we're totally different than all the
They're
rest.
like, "We're totally cowboys." It's like, no, you're not. You're mountain
Mm-hmm.
men. You're fur trappers. I don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to finish with our bragging right number 4, or our last bragging right, as our food. One word: Tex-Mex. For those whose mothers don't love you, Tex-Mex is a blend of Mexican food with its own Texas twist, using different chili powder, seasoned ground beef, and shredded cheddar jack cheese. 2 words: loaded queso. It's good. It's
One,
super yummy.
my wife, my
Mm-hmm.
Californian wife,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
insists that California Mexican food's better.
No, not a chance in hell.
My Colorado friends insist that Colorado Mexican food's better. Now, as somebody that has partaken in all of it,
In all 3.
in all three,
How much
I
better is Texas?
love Colorado Mexican food. I'm looking
Because of the
forward
green
to
chili.
get green chili. It's friggin' awesome.
Uh-huh.
I love California burritos. I mean, it's carne asada, cheese, and French fries. You can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but that being said, we like cheese more than they do. We cheese the hell out of everything, and that's
Yeah.
usually what they complain about is that we put too much cheese on ours.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better. Now, I believe in giving everybody a chance. So typically, whenever I'm at different places, I will try their Mexican food. Like
Mm.
I had Mexican food in Nebraska.
What?
That was a thing. I've had Mexican
The
food
only Mexican food place in Nebraska you went to?
no, because Mexican food is popular. Remember, Mexicans aren't just ours no more. They've moved north. Um, but I mean, because I've had Mexican food in Minnesota, I've had Mexican food in Kentucky, I had Mexican food in Boston, I had Mexican food in Australia.
No, no, it just don't sound right
I
when you get
I
in
had
Boston or
Mexican
Australia.
food in Thailand, and it was one of the funniest experiences I've ever had in my life. So I
Mm-mm.
ordered fajitas in Thailand, and what they brought out in front of me, they got one thing right. It was in a skillet.
They cooked it.
That was the one thing they got right. What they gave me was they gave me one tortilla, and it was like one of those big tortillas,
You
like
want
the
to get
kind
from
of,
Chipotle?
and they had it folded in quarters, and then it had like the fajita meat with the vegetables, and then they like had like almost like a marinara sauce mixed in where it was just like the pan was full of just all this red sauce where I was having to fish the meat out of it. It was one of the funniest things I ever saw. I actually had Mexican food twice. I did get some decent nachos there, but
So
that
how
was it.
sick did that make you?
It didn't. I mean, so it was in Phuket where I got the crazy fajitas where I was like, I laughed when I saw the menu and I was like, I got to order this. And then when I was in Bangkok at a mall, so it was more, urban,
Mm-hmm.
I had nachos there, and that was actually decent. They did a decent job with that.
That's hilarious.
The Boston Mexican food was bad. My family in Minnesota was like, "Oh yeah, no, this is the best Mexican food place right here. It's like Taco King or something like that."
What?
And I went there and I was like, "This is passable. It's all right. It's not
No.
nothing too special."
Yeah. Come down here. If they think,
I'm a Mexican food snob.
Tex-Mex and Mexican food, though,
Well,
you could
I
say
will say
there's other
this:
stuff.
I like all of this American Mexican food
Uh-huh.
better than Mexican food. I
Yes.
like actual real traditional Mexican food. I don't really care for. I've had it, and if you like it better, more power to you. But
Yeah.
being somebody that's not big on vegetables, and I don't know, I like my meat to be very seasoned.
Well, speaking of meat, let's talk barbecue. Kansas City, Memphis, and the Carolinas put up a good fight, but Texas barbecue is the best in the nation. Don't
Says
believe
who?
me? Burnt ends is all you need to know.
That is true.
Yeah.
Other
Meat
places
candy.
are starting to do that now. Other
Yeah.
places are starting to do that now.
Oh, it's
Uh,
freaking. Oh, it's just so
I
good.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not much of a barbecue person. I do love burnt ends, but
Yeah.
like seriously, I just give me meat that's like cooked well and seasoned well, and don't fucking cover it in sauce. Dear God,
Don't
I
put
hate
it
that.
anywhere near vegetables.
Don't put it anywhere near vegetables. But
Yeah.
like,
Just
if
slap it on the
I
plate.
have to use barbecue sauce,
You
then
overcooked it.
you did something wrong.
I agree. If a steak is cooked correctly, then you shouldn't have to use any
Well,
kind of
steak
steak
ain't
sauce.
barbecue, but I'm talking about like pulled pork. Like pulled pork, you can mix some sauce in there, of course that.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
whenever you bring me a chopped brisket or a slice of
And have to
brisket,
drown it in barbecue. Yeah.
if I have to drown it in barbecue, you did a bad job. If I
Absolutely.
take a bite and I'm like, and
Yeah.
I have to
All the
take drinks,
moisture goes away.
yeah,
And lastly, we can't have just plain white bread. We had to pump it up bigger and call it Texas toast.
hell, this is sliced thicker.
We had to make it bigger. Why? Who knows? But
I
we
don't
have
know
bigger
if
toast than
that's an
everybody else.
actual Texas thing or if it was just somebody.
It's called
I
Texas.
I needed the origin of Texas toast. Hold on, I am
Just
googling
like
this.
what were we talking about? Where they go?
I
Some
don't. I told you unless it originates here, I don't want my state's name on it.
yeah. What originated here that you said you didn't know? Texas Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse. All right, so, oh, no, Texas toast. Let's see, history. Texas. All right. Texas toast may have been first created in 1946 at the Pig Stand in Denton, Texas.
That's right.
Which is right over here. So,
That's
cool.
right.
All right, I'm all right with it.
Absolutely.
Have you ever been to like a hot dog place where they do like a big Texas toast bun, where they fold it and then they toast it, and it's like they mold it and toast it so that it's shaped like a bun, and they like dip the whole damn thing in butter. Oh God, I'm gonna die early.
I'm right there with you. Should just seen the thing I had for lunch yesterday, or for dinner, I mean. I'm going to close with this. No state is more recognizable. No state can make it on their own. Texas is different and is only getting bigger and badder. So that will bring us to the end of this trail, as Darrell is getting a rash from those assless chaps. So join us next week, where Darrell will bring us a topic that made us say, Waywut? Happy trails.
I would not ride a horse with assless chaps. I got more sense than that.
But you do have a photo of you on a horse naked.
I do not. There is no such thing. First, there's no naked pictures of me
that you know of.
Not since I've outgrew diapers. But yeah, so no. Yeah, Jason, thanks a lot for contributing to all the Texas hate that we're going to get. And
bring it on.
Any listeners we got lots of listeners that aren't in Texas, and a lot of them are in California. Oh dear God, I got to stop burning them so much.
Yeah. If I'm wrong on any of it, prove it. Post something in the comments.
Yeah, you can argue with them in the comments, and if it's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, it's okay to be inferior.
You're wrong. But
yeah, it's okay to be inferior. It's okay.
No, just have fun. It's all in fun. Be nice, Jason. All right.
I'm always nice.
If you want, just write us a note. Tell us why your state's better than ours. We're more than happy to read it.
We'll read it and we'll argue about it, and then
Oh yeah, no, I comment.
You're
back.
wrong. Yeah,
I comment back. All right.
All right. Later.
Thank you for joining us for Waywut. We really appreciate you watching or listening. Please subscribe or follow us on your favorite platform to catch our latest episodes that we publish on Tuesdays and sometimes on Fridays. We'd love to hear from you, whether it's rating us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, commenting on our videos or just a podcast episode, or following us and hitting us up on TikTok, Facebook, or X. You can find us there with our handle, Waywut Podcasts. That's WAYWUT Podcast. And that will do it for this episode. Join us next time, and we'll make you say, Waywut.